Apparently that last series took a while.
Yeah.
Apparently.
There's people. It's just like the top end of the bracket that's taking so long, but the bottom half finished so quickly.
Yeah. Weird, weird. But let's get into this game, man. So, in the bottom right corner, we got the Teal Zerg AbsoluteZero. It's a cool name.
And on the top left, spawning exactly across the map,
Wow.
we have the purple Protoss. He is Balthazar.
Now, what do you think of when you read Balthazar?
When I read Balthazar, all I think of is StarCraft 2 Brood War, because that's where I met this guy.
Oh, okay, you know him?
Yeah.
Alright, that's cool.
He enters into a lot of StarCraft 2 Brood War weeklies. Was not able to show up last week, however, because he slept in too late. Yeah, it was a pretty international thing, these StarCraft 2 Brood War weeklies. Like, we have people from Korea, North America, Europe, all over.
Yeah, so. I played that game a little bit. It's pretty fun. I like, I don't know. It's kind of fun to go back to the way it was, you know. I didn't play Brood War well. I was really bad, but, you know, even then you go back and you play it a little bit and you're like, wow, this is just way harder. How did we not realize this? But it's just we used to StarCraft 2 and Brood War was a little bit, like, I'm not saying skill-wise, but like mechanically it was more challenging.
Wait, dude, you learned that now?
I told you, man. I just didn't notice it, you know?
Oh. Oh yeah, you know, not having warp gate and not...
Yeah.
No multi-building select is pretty hard.
Yeah. No, for reals, man. I didn't think the macro was so hard. It was just like everything together. Like, only 12 units in one control group, that pissed me off to no end. Because I'm used to having, like, you know, whatever, as many as I want, but ugh.
When my brother told me to start playing Brood War instead of Dota 1, and I got in, and then, like, I knew what you were supposed to do because I watched the Avertech Intel Classic before, right?
Right.
But then what I did is I didn't have a single gateway on, or Nexus or anything. I used F2, F3, F4 for those. It was just 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A, 8A, 9A, 0A.
Oh, wow, actually, we gotta talk about this game here. It looks like there's gonna be a cannon rush. And will this palace panel? Yes, the last panel does get up, so there's gonna be a full wall here. Balthazar, you are a sneaky bastard.
Yes. Yes, he is. I know.
What?
Oh my god.
No, he's
not getting in, but the cannon gonna be closing it off, in fact, and the probe gonna be stealing some minerals here. The hatchery is finished up now, so it's too late to cancel that. Two spine crawlers are gonna try going down.
Wow, you know what? AbsoluteZero, Balthazar has messed up this cannon rush, man. He had a chance to make this work so well, but he walled his probe in on the wrong side of the pylon. If he'd not done that, he'd have, you know, maybe even two cannons behind there.
Yeah.
And there would be no real chance these spine crawlers being able to kill it before it gets the hatchery, but, you know, with two spine crawlers, you can use the one to tank for a little bit and then probe them both at the same time. One of them is going to finish. And I believe one spine crawler beats one cannon.
Yep. And actually, no, the spine crawler is going to end up attacking the pylons and not the cannon. The bottom one is outranging.
Actually, you have to burrowing in there, so they're going to try to bolt burrow at the same time. The cannon's just on one of the spines, but with two of those down, one still at half health, this cannon will go down.
Yep, and now the shield going down pretty quickly. It looks like Balthazar actually going to be expanding behind this, as really he has no other choice. And the cannon is dead now, just the pylons. Balthazar can actually throw down another cannon if he wants to.
Yeah, it's definitely in well, and actually, I don't think there's any room there now, but, you know, there was that option there. I think the spine crawlers would have just unburrowed and moved up. The Queen could have also taken it out, so that probably wouldn't have ended up working. We'd look at the supply right now, 29 to 26, so pretty even. And the worker count is 3 ahead for the Zerg, 22 for Protoss, 25 for Zerg, so not actually all that bad. Balthazar, however, has, you know, used up a bunch of those minerals. You know, doing stuff like that just delays your gateway, delays your gas. You know, obviously your forges and the legs you need it for the cannons, but everything else is just a little bit slower, and therefore it's a little bit weaker. So we're going to have to see, you know, is he going to go for a pressure? Because if he does, it's not going to be as good.
Well, right now he does actually have his natural excuse me, his natural expansion about the same time as AbsoluteZero does. So yeah. It's looking like it's been canceled. Like, he did his job. He's not that far behind.
Yeah, it's just 3 pounds in a cannon is a lot of money, but like you said, he's not really that far behind, so definitely not gonna be the biggest deal ever. Wow, actually, +1 attack is very early here. It looks like Balthazar really wants to do some kind of pressure with this. Even chrono boosting at once, he really wants to get that out quickly.
Well, what he might think is happening is that he might be thinking that, oh, AbsoluteZero is gonna put on a ton of units at him very early on, and maybe he knows he won't have enough units, and actually AbsoluteZero just saw a probe of Balthazar going by.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it might actually be some warp gate pressure coming out of Balthazar right now.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, so AbsoluteZero doesn't know where his opponent is. That's what those lungs went into the main and didn't actually attack the probe. So I was really confused there. Now I get it. So Balthazar scouted out a potential third. He did not scout both out yet, so there still could be an expansion here. When he sees no expansion to the other base, he's probably going to know that there's just, it's going to be a 2S play, but he's got 6 more gateways on the way. He's going to go for a big attack.
Yeah, and yeah, it's going to be warp gate pressure. Wow. It's going to be some... It's going to be some 9 gate. What?
No more gas is being... Oh, never mind. There's a little bit of gas is being mined just for... I don't know what that's for, but it looks like it's maybe 2 workers. Oh, 4, apparently. Wow, it just seems really low. I kind of freaked out there for a bit. I apologize. I was so excited. If that's the build that it was going to be, it was just going to be amazing. But, with 8 gates, he's going to have so much production anyway. It doesn't need to just be Zealots, so...
It's actually going to be 9 gates.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, there's 1 at the natural and then 8 in the main base, so Balthazar has a ton of warp gates and he has quite a few pylons. The warp-in's already going down, and +1 ground weapons is finished already.
Yeah, and armor's about halfway done. There's going to be really nice upgrades here. These 2 spine colors are already damaged. These stalkers probably able to kill them if they have a good engagement. They did not there for a second. The Mutalisk just finished as well. 22 lings are on the way, so Balthazar needs to get a bunch of warp-ins really fast so he can deal with these units. Oh my god, the Mutalisks are just going to go for a counter. I like that choice.
Yeah, because Mutalisks, when you don't really have any defense at your main and natural, it's really hard to defend against Mutalisks. These Zerglings of AbsoluteZero doing pretty well, stopping the Zealots from getting any forward.
It's kind of like Zealot Dance Party. 7 Zealots warped in at the same time. These Zerglings are just fodder now. Not going to be able to do much damage. 2 more spines trying to go down, but it's just not going to stay. These Zealots and Stalkers tearing through all these buildings and Zerglings. It looks like Balthazar is actually going to break this. Wow.
Yep, and now Balthazar is dealing a ton of damage. The Mutalisks actually on their way back home now.
Yeah, I guess he feels like he doesn't have any other choice. He needs to take out the pylons of Balthazar so there's no more warp-ins, but yeah, I don't think that's going to matter. This army is just not killable by Mutalisks, even with some ling help. I think Balthazar's done this, guys. He's just got so much stuff. Spine colors are not going to finish in the main, and the Mutalisks cannot engage this army.
Yeah, and the Mutalisks, as you said, cannot really deal with this. There's just so many Zealots that even if all the stuff... everything's gonna be dead to Zealots, and that is GG from AbsoluteZero, and Balthazar's gonna be taking game number 1.
Yeah, I really didn't expect him to win in that way. After the opening, it was kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna put my units or money into this, just gonna delay any attack, but you know what? I was completely wrong, man. He just went straight up 9 gate off 2 base. Have you seen that before? 9 gateways.
Like once?
Yeah.
That's about it.
I've seen 8 on Sauce's stream, obviously, being Zealot Dance Party, but you know what? That was pretty cool, man. So definitely thanking Balthazar for an awesome game. So we're just going to have a quick break here while AbsoluteZero chooses his map. It is his choice now, and I believe it's GSL or ladder maps is what you can choose. So pretty good selection there for Zerg, or any race to that matter. So we're going to be back in a bit. Just enjoy this music, and if you do, please go to IvDgaming.com and find the Amazon link to buy their stuff. They are Groove Addiction. Helps not only the band, but us as well.
I went to the school of Stevie Prince and Steely Dan. Got my daily dose of funk and rock and roll. Learned by listening to the best musicians in the land, but they still rule the radio. But now drums replaced by loops and drum machines. Image takes the place of melody. Songs with substance, few and far between. Idols manufactured on TV. Are you feeling me? Oh, oh. Are you hearing me? Oh, oh. Gotta make 'em see. Oh, oh. The groove ain't going away. Are you feeling me? Oh, oh. Are you hearing me? Oh, oh. To the industry. Oh, oh. When you gonna slide my way? Slide. 3-minute lessons in songwriting taught by John and Paul. A school in attitude by listening to the Stones. Marvin, Elton, Miles, and Zeppelin, Sly, and the Family Stone taught me all I need to know. But now drums replaced by loops and drum machines. Image takes the place of melody. Songs with substance, few and far between. Idols manufactured on TV. Are you feeling me? Oh, oh. Are you hearing me? Oh, oh. Gotta make 'em see. Oh, oh. The groove is here to stay. Are you feeling me? Oh, oh. Are you hearing me? Oh, oh. To the industry. Oh, oh. When you gonna slide my way?
Alright guys, we got the second game of this series. Muatarin here with Master Dalk from OG.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get these introductions underway. We got in the top right corner of Entombed Valley, and this is actually his choice as a Zerg, AbsoluteZero.
And over on the bottom right corner of Entombed Valley, we have the purple Protoss cannon rushing and 9-gating his way to victory previously. He is Balthazar.
Yeah, it was the fabled cannon rush into 9-gate build.
Yes.
It's pretty crazy. Dude, you just tilted it again.
Oh,
Is it? Oh my
what?
god.
God
Oh.
damn it.
Now it's back to normal for me too.
I would say beta is beta, but this is not beta.
Yeah, this is not beta.
This is a problem.
Well, what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Actually, it doesn't look as weird as before, so I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go.
because it's not Antigua.
Yeah, that was just weird. So what do you think about the funky rocks that Blizzard is using now? Do you like that better than the depot?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that Blizzard was being whiny, and they should just put the depot in.
No, dude. No, this looks better. Like you can tell what it is.
Sure.
Better.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think it's like waiting that long? That
What do you mean?
They waited so long to put that in. That's all I'm saying. But you know what? Blizzard Blizzard, so they're gonna do whatever they want, and hopefully they do a good job. You know, adding those rocks in is definitely very good for this game. As no more funky wall-off cannon rushes on ladder. Those are stupid.
No, you can no longer do the 3-pylon wall. You must now do a 7-pylon wall.
Is that how many you need now? 7?
Yes.
I don't think I'm gonna save up 800 or 700 minerals just to wall off a surge ramp. That doesn't seem worth it.
Unless you're Gulsi.
Who?
The Icelandic cannon rusher that's in GM.
Oh, okay. Now I know. So Pylon is actually going to go down by Balthazar. He's just going to cancel it, though. Trying to get AbsoluteZero to pull some drones off to follow it. Oh my god! Balthazar.
That's the second time, though, that AbsoluteZero pulled all of his drones.
Oh, I know. I mean, like, that's so risky. When you're doing this, like, if you're playing ladder and you're not really good, like Balthazar, don't do it. He knows when he's supposed to do it, and that's why he's doing it, I'm assuming. You know, obviously he's in, you know, really high masters. He's not going to be pulling all his drones all the time, so he only does it when it's possible to get there. For the most part, though, what generally happens is all your drones get pulled off, and they don't kill the probe. And the probe just runs away. He's like, ha ha ha, I can mineral walk, GG.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like right now, Balthazar just going to be turtling up, getting his natural, getting his gases. Balthazar going to be doing the exact same thing. I was actually thinking that Balthazar might have gone for a 9, or not Balthazar, AbsoluteZero was going to be going for a 9 pool, because that is actually really strong vertical spawns on Entombed.
A 9 pool, huh? Yeah, actually, you know, early pools like that are always pretty good when you're in close positions. The problem is, you know, scouting your opponent. You know, another thing this is really good for is timing pushes from Protoss up like through base. Cost position, there's more counterattack paths, but when you're pushing straight towards your opponent, you can either go, I mean, you don't generally go behind the potential 4th, I guess is what that would be, but, you know, you can do that, or, you know, usually you just go straight through the middle, but when you're doing that in cross positions, they can run up through the north of those funky gaps there, or behind, or in the banana hallway, sorry. That one's the banana hallway, the other one isn't, as DJ Wait would say.
Alright, so right now, Balthazar going to be sending a probe over towards the 3rd, going to be seeing it, and just going to be leaving. So far, we haven't seen what Balthazar wants to do, Warp Gate on the way, and so far, not really able to see what's happening.
Yep, AbsoluteZero taking out those rocks we were talking about earlier. You know, Blizzard just likes rocks.
No, but dude, if you're on Daybreak, it's plates.
Is it?
It's metal. Yeah, it's metal on
cool.
Daybreak. That's
go.
That's why I like this better than supply depots, because they change it per map.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I never really had a problem with depots though. Aesthetically, they didn't look quite like they should be there, but made the game better, so I like them. 2 spines going down right now for AbsoluteZero. That's a little different. He's getting 2 spine colors plus a Roach Warrant in his main. No, is that in the main? Yeah. Find the mineral line.
But it was in fact seen by Balthazar, so his attempts at hiding it were not successful. The Rock's still trying to get taken out right here. Wait a second. I can actually... Whatever current selects, I can see now.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
It's awesome. Now I don't even have to, like, click on stuff. He just does it for me.
Yes! I didn't notice this till now when I saw Unbuildable Rocks was selected, because I wasn't clicking anything.
No, I figured this out like right away. I'm like, seems like it's clicking escape, and then it focused onto that. Yeah, you could do that in replays before. You couldn't do that while like looking at someone else's vision. It was so stupid.
No, you can, if you're on a you can't do it on other observers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Did the stream just drop again? We're good? Okay, sorry about that. So, we're back now. Current internet for the win. Actually, not right now, but usually it's pretty good, so we're not going to hold it against him. Looks like the 3rd is going up here for Balthazar, excuse me. Twilight Council also going down, and he started Immortal production, so he's going to be getting a pretty strong army here. It looks like maybe there was an attack at some point. I don't know. The supply is 85 to 77. I feel like some damage was done.
No, there wasn't. It was
wow.
Pylons thrown down. There could be some attack happening soon from Balthazar, though, as he does have 2 pylons over at the 4th of his opponent.
Yeah.
He could just easily warp in a few zealots and send them through, but of course there are multiple spine crawlers at AbsoluteZero's base. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, so many spine crawlers. I think that's actually what happened to his supply. He's throwing down so many spines, 2 in his natural, 4 at his 3rd, which is so many. Yeah, I mean, it defends versus any kind of small pressure, but do you think that's really worth it? I don't really like that choice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem quite worth it, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh well, man. He's better than we are, so we'll just go with it. Overseer scouting into the main here, sees the robotics and the Twilight Council. I don't know if he sees the robotics support bay though. If he clicked on it, yeah, he definitely did.
And the Overseer did fly by. It might have seen it, might have not. It's kind of hard to tell, especially since a lot of players, they don't have the multitasking to be able to just send the Overseer over and then constantly look at the Overseer, go back to the races, look at the Overseer, go back to the bases, and then constantly pay attention to what's going on. Usually, though, players will send the Overseer back for another round, and then the Overseer dies because the Protoss finally notice that there's an Overseer there, and then the Stalkers kill it, and then the Overseer is sad and dead.
Yeah, and you know what is the worst thing ever? Being sad and dead. So it looks like both players are actually moving out right now. This is going to be a little bit interesting. There's a lot of roaches here. I don't think you can quite deal with this right now. Some nice force fields save this army, but you can't let them get up this ramp. Needs to have good force fields.
It's the entire army of Balthazar was falling through there. All the sentries are out of energy or dead for the ones that did have energy. But yeah, Balthazar, though, gonna have to defend his natural now. There's already an Immortal and a few Stalkers here, and the Cybernetics are gonna be dying, so no more Stalkers for Balthazar for quite a while.
No more Stalkers or Sentries. It's gonna have to be a lot of Immortals and Zealots warped in here. I gotta say, man, I don't think this is actually what AbsoluteZero needs to be doing right now. He needs to be expanding or something. Balthazar's kind of going for one of those 3-base timings, which are really powerful for Spirit Roach, and now he's moving down the ramp, getting some good force fields. These Immortals are tearing through the Roaches, just doing so much damage. The actual Cyber Core has not been restarted yet. First Immortal goes down, but there's still 3 left, doing so much damage. Look at the supply, man, 131 to 123, and this is a Roach army supply.
You know what I think Balthazar is gonna do? He's gonna make some new godly composition of Archon Immortal Zealot.
Yeah, and it's gonna kill everything.
He's just not gonna make a Cyber Core at all.
Yeah, I've seen 5-year-old do this, and he kills everything with it. So here we go, another engagement here. No force fields are actually kind of hurting AbsoluteZero right now, but a bunch of Zealots being warped in here. They act as a buffer in place of those force fields. I wonder what his production is at right now. It's gotta be pretty good if he's trying to do this. How many gateways? He's got 9, 10 right now. 2 of them are not warp gates, though. Definitely want to get those warped as soon as possible. And wow, actually, Balthazar is just like, screw it, man. I'll take a 4th. Up in bases versus Zerg? Yeah, I'll do that.
This build seems legit, bro.
Seems legit, bro. Definitely needs to throw down that Cyber Core soon, though.
It is down.
Oh, it is down. Okay.
Hit T, bro.
Hit T.
It's a good.
Oh my.
Letter.
What is this? I've never seen this before.
You, sir, are late. This has been added into the HOTS beta for about 2 months.
Wow. I like this. Oh my god. You guys just like destroyed my mind. That was crazy. That was crazy stuff, man, but you know what? It's okay. This is why we like Blizzard. They do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep tabbing through these for so long. Okay, I need to stop. Stop. D. Okay, there we go. Back on production. Looks like there's gonna be a bit of harassment here, but didn't quite get warped in. And the warp system just like, Spore Crawler, take my life.
And a Nidus network is down. There is an Overseer in the main base. Nidus Worm is going down. That new flash on the minimap.
Yeah.
The GSTL.
I haven't seen that yet either. Yeah, there's so much new stuff. Definitely needs to see this soon. The Nidus network is gonna finish. It looks like Balthazar hasn't actually pulled his units back. He's moving towards the middle. Now he's pulling everything back. He's up in supply, but this is gonna be so hard to deal with. All the parts have to be evacuated. So many die.
They became a train and just died. The roach is flowing through. And now with everything on the low ground, it's going to be really hard to do. The Colossus came out. It's going to have to try and run away.
Yeah, it looks like it should be able to get away here. Now that the army's up on the high ground for Balthazar, it should be able to do it. Oh my god, no!
Oh, the Colossus die. Balthazar, he needs to move his army up and then engage. He's funnels right now.
Dude, you cannot... Don't do this. Don't walk up like this. It changed... yeah, there's actually a change in there blocking the movement from Balthazar. Very nicely played by AbsoluteZero. Stuff like that. That's pretty cool, but looks like these churches are going to get cleaned up. we're gonna have to look at the supply after this. Looks like Balthazar is just a little bit ahead still, but he did lose so much in his main. A bunch of pylons, some tech. His blocks his robotics facility.
23 workers killed in total this game.
Yeah.
It's that Nidus Worm was just so strong
Yeah,
for
no,
AbsoluteZero there.
Fourth, a Balthazar right now. That's going on. So it looks like it's just Lurglings taking out some of these probes. Probes are now being evacuated, but having no cannons here is really actually hurting Balthazar. You definitely need cannons at your fourth, and
another Nidus Worm.
Is this actually Envision? It is Envision, so will Balthazar...
Yeah, because of the buildings.
Right. Oh, these stalkers are actually gonna blink. Oh, it's here, baby.
Oh, the Changeling was not effective, and the Overseer shall die, but the Nidus Worm is alive. The Roach is gonna funnel out. No! Oh, 3 gonna get left behind. Fail, says AbsoluteZero.
Fail indeed. Lost his Overseer and the Roaches, plus a failed Nidus Worm. Balthazar just says, capital P. I don't know, is that like tongue sticky outy face? Is that what
Have you not used Twitch faces before?
No, I haven't.
How do you live, sir?
I don't use Twitch chat very much. Unless I'm streaming. In which case, I find it highly unprofessional to use those faces. I'll say them in the IvD chat all the time. But, whatever, man. I don't want to use those on streaming. So we got a move out here from Balthazar. It looks like he's going to go into the fourth. An Overseer just suicided under a bunch of cannons at the fourth of Balthazar. And actually, he's going to pick off... Oh, my God. He blinks every single Stalker forward to pick off one Infestor. Now, he's getting his own Stalker smuggled. But picking off the fourth, then running away. I think it's probably okay for Balthazar still.
Balthazar actually started this engagement out with 42 stalkers, now down to 35. So, but Balthazar is getting up his 5th base while this is going on, and of course there are no longer any Overseers by Balthazar's bases, so that means no Nidus Worms.
No Nidus Worms, sadly. Nidus Worms are very, very fun. 5 probes in production right now for Balthazar, so it looks like he wants to get a bit more of an economy up. He's now up to 95 probes. That's too many. just so everyone knows, you don't need that many as a Protoss. Yeah, his economy is incredibly good right now. But, that's just going to be banking up. He's going to need supply for his army. It's only 10 Zealots, 35 Stalkers is quite a bit, but you need support for those. And 1 High Templar.
And a fleet beacon is incoming. We will actually see the legitimate Vortex hopefully soon in this game, as in Heart of the Swarm. Vortex kills 1 unit, and that's all I've seen currently.
I think it just got taken out. Yeah, they just removed it because that was just stupid. I don't know why they kept it. Now, Balthazar's actually killing off Zealots right now. I mean, yeah, you don't want the Zealots. He wants his mothership more, but... 2 probes! You have 95! You don't need those.
96 probes is what Balthazar thinks he needs. Gonna be AbsoluteZero actually gonna be throwing down a Nidus Worm so that he can quickly send units from his main to the front line.
There's an engagement right now. It looks like a bunch of Roaches and Infestors versus Blink Stalker Immortal. My God, and some pretty nice Blink Stalker micro deco down, but looks like the Protoss here is gonna lose in this fight, and I gotta attribute that to the fact that he's got so many probes. I just can't stop talking about it. But looks like we're gonna have another engagement here. Only 1 Immortal left to do a lot of damage to these Roaches. Yes, Stalkers do pretty solid damage, but you don't want just Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, Blink Stalkers, they're good. Not good enough, though. Not good enough.
Balthazar is playing Zerg with Protoss. This is just funny. He's going and mass expanding on the bottom of the map, but also throwing up static defense at each of these bases. He's got 4 cannons at one of them. It's kind of, this actually looks like a Zerg without creep, and then the Zerg here looks like a Protoss with creep. It's reversed, man. It's weird.
Yeah, and it's actually going to be double War Prism coming out of Balthazar here.
Yeah.
Popping out his robotics facility, and now the mothership is on the field.
Yeah, I think the game actually just lagged a little bit, so perhaps the fix that Blizzard implemented didn't quite make it, but we're going to have to you know, just go with it. Hopefully he didn't notice. That's always a shame when you get your mothership out there, like, oh, you have a mothership. Okay. This is sad. Oh wow, some drones. What is happening? A Zerg is throwing away drones. He's now down to 56 against the Protoss, who's at 97 drones. I don't get it.
I don't know.
I need to ask them. I'm like, are you actually a Protoss player, and is he actually a Zerg player? But we're gonna have an engagement here. We're gonna have some good fungals here to deal with this army. Now the Corruptors are trying to take out that mothership. 2 good storms go down. Looks like the mothership does die. The Corruptors are kind of just sitting over the army, but not doing anything. And this Concave is actually good for the Zerg, but these Immortals doing so much damage. Let's take a look at the
And now Blue Lords.
Yeah, no, Blue Lords are being morphed. But guess what? Attacks air, Archons.
Yeah, but there's only the one Archon, and now without any shields, it will die immediately to those Roaches, and now the Immortal's getting targeted down as well. And there's still 7 Broodlords in production. 2 did die, and it looks like that AbsoluteZero is doing pretty well.
I don't get it. He's making a bunch of Roaches right now, so gonna have that buffer up for his Broodlords. A bit of a War Prism harass going down, but I mean, it's hard to get an Extractor. The Queen is trying to kill that War Prism, but the Zealots trying to take it down. But they give up halfway through.
Yep, and now Zealots just kind of standing on hold position. Spine Crawlers picking away at them to their death.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty. They're like, okay, Commander, what do we do now? Stand still and wait.
And now we do have a bunch of Stalkers getting taken out, while Zealot harassment is still going on in all of the bases of Balthazar as well. Due to the new feature of a minimap where if something's getting attacked, it blinks white, which is pretty sick.
It's definitely different now. More Zealots being warped in here by that forward warp prism. This Roach Armory trying to do some damage here at the 4th, but I don't know if this is going to work. There's a lot of cannons here. Now the Broodlords have shown up, though. That Fleet Beacon does go down. I assume there we go. The Templar Archon is going to go down next, and there it goes. No more Archons for you.
And 3 more Stargates on the way. Do you think we'll see some carriers this game?
Maybe. I just don't want to talk about it, dog. This is a weird game.
Just be like, we'll just sit here and watch.
Yeah, like this is new
that
for me.
Chris's job.
I'm so confused. Some Stalkers blinking in to try to take out those Broodlords. I don't know if this is quite enough. Actually, pretty nicely done there. Getting quite a few of them. He's gotten almost all of them but 3. Now blinking more Stalkers under those Broodlords to try to kill them off. The Roach is just taking so much damage. Looks like AbsoluteZero should take this game.
Yep, and AbsoluteZero moving forward, crushing all the things.
Yeah, the thing about Balthazar, though, is he's got
6 bases.
6 bases and 88 probes. Oddly enough, his supply being at 107 has 3 Stalkers, a War Prism, and 2 Observers.
And 3 Void Rays on the way.
Other than that, it's all probes. So these Roaches are just gonna be unstoppable.
Do you think that maybe Balthazar decided to not be cheap and get some military grade probes? Never mind. He obviously did not, as all those probes in the train just died.
Yeah, they didn't do so well. This is just a weird game, man. I don't know what to say. It's getting kind of crazy. A lot of Void Rays are coming out right now, and they're going to be pretty good versus this army. Maybe he's able to clean it up with those, but I feel like AbsoluteZero should be able to just make Corruptors and deal with it. He is now at a 5k mineral bank with 1,000 gas saved up as well. Choosing not to produce too much, got some more Roaches on the way. I kind of wish he'd be making like Infestors or Corruptors or something.
This is what a base trade actually is, in my opinion.
They kind of, but I mean the roles are switched here. The Zerg is hunting down Protoss bases.
That is true.
It's a little weird, but that's how it's going on. 2 more next side going up in the top left corner of the map. This Void Razor's now shown themselves doing some damage to these Roaches, but like I was talking about, Corruptors are now on the way. It's going to take so long for these Roaches to die, and I don't think the Void Razor are going to kill them quickly enough.
And do you think it's going to be GG no re?
Yeah, probably. Except for the fact that we have to go into Game 3 now.
Yeah.
So there probably will be a re. That's my guess. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there actually will be a re since this is best of 3. As if Absolute Zero wins, it's going to be 1-1.
Yep. What do you think of the new probe death animation? Usually they just blow out. Now there's like little pieces. It's pretty cool.
Dude, all of the death animations are freaking awesome now.
I know. Like I was talking about, I like the Reaper one the most. It's definitely my favorite. The Nonyx Canal is also pretty sweet too. Definitely a cool dealio there. So 11 probes, 2 observers, 7 void rays, which isn't a bad number at all, and a war prism is all that good Balthazar has left. I'm trying to take out this max Zerg. I don't know if it's gonna work. Essentially 7 void rays versus Zerg.
And GG from Balthazar finally.
So we're going to be going on to the third and final game of this match. It is now Balthazar's pick. We're going to see what other craziness is going to come out of this series. So far, it has been a weird one with Balthazar and Absolute Zero pretty much switching places in that second game. Balthazar decided to go mass worker, while Absolute Zero stayed on low economy for Zerg, but he ended up winning anyway. So, we're going to go on to this next game shortly. If you like the music that has been playing in between the games, please check it out. You can go to IvDgaming.com. There's a link there to buy their music through Amazon. It not only helps out the band a lot, but it also helps out IvD Gaming. If you want to support us, that's definitely a great way to do it. You can also go to our YouTube, youtube.com/IvDTV, on Twitter, @IvDgaming, and Facebook.com/IvDgaming. Give us a like there. All those things help so much. As, you know, having better numbers just attracts more sponsors, and more sponsors means more money for tournaments. Thank you, and we'll be back in a bit here. Alright guys, we are back. I guess there's going to be no music, no time for that. Biznaz. As the gangsters would... Yeah. I'm going to stop now. So, no time for that. Gotta go into game 3 of this. What is happening? Daybreak? This is Balthazar's pick. I don't understand.
GG no re, says the players to the caster.
I guess so. They're just messing with us.
Yep.
It has to be. Okay. No, you know what? This is
4 gate's good on this map, I think.
4 gate. Is it?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna see a 4 gate then. Maybe. But let's introduce the players here. In the bottom left corner of Daybreak, we got the purple Protoss. Also, apparently wants to be Zerg. He is Balthazar.
He has a double rally.
Yeah. What?
He shift rally.
Oh, okay.
His Nexus.
Yeah.
Alright, spawning on the top right, took game number 2, tying it up 1-1 in a pretty insane game. It is Absolute Zero.
Ba-da-da. That's really cold, by the way. Just so everyone knows, I had to make sure. So we got pretty much a normal game going on so far. Obviously, nothing crazy will have happened by now. Actually, that pylon positioning is a little bit weird.
It's because the map is tilted again.
No, it's because you don't put your pylon next to your... Okay, this is happening! Balthazar, you can't let him do that, man!
Worth, says Absolute Zero.
Yeah, well,
totally.
This is actually, there's a trick I just learned about recently, but a lot of pro gamers will mine minerals with their first worker so that when their probe gets started, they can just hit C, and it'll get right out of that. So definitely something that Balthazar should take into consideration, as it's very useful.
Yep. And Balthazar is saying, I fall for it every time, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, in his defense, he did get out of once last game.
Yeah. but then he went right back in and died.
Yes.
Balthazar just hates his probes. Minion, I hate you. That's what he says.
Maybe the probes are hating him.
Yeah, maybe they're revolting.
Yeah. Because he's played too much SC2 Brood War and cheating on the StarCraft 2 probes.
It could be, man. I mean, Brood War probes were just better.
They were so strong.
Yeah, dude.
Brian, do you remember that?
When they would...
The SC2 Brood War workers? How much damage they did?
Or like, whenever they turned, their acceleration was so fast. They could just like hit something, then run away, and everyone would be like, ah!
No, but dude, they like 5 probes or something killed 6 Zerglings. It was...
Did they do more damage, too? Oh.
Yeah, they did a ridiculous amount of damage apparently because Maverick's doing everything like properly. All his numbers are correct.
That's cool. So, it's interesting. So apparently probes were even more imbalanced than I thought. I shouldn't say imbalanced, but they were better than I thought, but that's always cool. So next has gone down now for Mr. Balthazar. The second hatch is already down, but gas is just going on in the main of Absolute Zero here, so not going to be going for that gasless 3 hatch, and I really didn't expect it from him either. He's kind of more quirky,
Yeah.
we'll say.
Quirky. He is different in his own special way.
Yeah, he's different in his own special and unique way, so... You know what? Everyone should be different and special in their own unique way.
Yeah.
We've now started for Absolute Zero. No real tech gone down yet, so we don't know quite what he's going to do. I mean, it might just be delayed third. Could just be getting speed before he decides to expand. Definitely a safe option. You know, if you get 4-gate pressure or something like that, having those speed Zerglings, really nice for picking off pylons and such.
Yep. And right now, Absolute Zero getting metabolic boost and going to be droning for quite a while. So far, can't tell what either of the players are going to be doing quite yet.
Yeah.
Balthazar just going to be doing a more standard build for the moment. No upgrades yet.
Yeah, nothing crazy going on so far.
Yeah, no cannons.
There we go.
Stargate.
Stargate. So, gonna be trying to put on some pressure with that. I think this is actually a really nice choice versus what he's seen from Absolute Zeros thus far. You know, he's gone for a lot of roaches and stuff like that, and also Stargates are just really good versus aggressive play, just because those void rays. You know, they hit the ground attacking only units that Zerg has for lower tier units. And,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and you know, even if they go mutas or something like that, you can, if you've already made some phoenixes, you can still deal with those quite well.
Yeah, especially if you go 2-gate Stargate. Am I right, Brandon?
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are.
That's right. That's right. That build does work.
I maintain that that is not a Wings of Liberty build.
It's not. It's not. It's one of my HOTS builds where I get an Oracle to pressure. That's what fills the hole. But I can't get an Oracle.
True, true. I'm just bad at Zerg, I guess. So no third yet from here. Oh my god. No third yet here from Absolute Zero. I got it right the second time. 2 Evo chambers are going down, however. You know, he's got a good drone count, all things considered. Never mind. No, he doesn't. He's got a lair already, and he's building a spire. So it's going to be 2 base muta, and I think going Phoenix is first here, going to be pretty nice for Balthazar.
Yep, so Absolute Zero going the lead away at the moment. Balthazar has a single Phoenix in the main base, did see quite a bit. He did see the spire going down.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, that Phoenix is going to be joining up with a second Phoenix shortly. And maybe doing quite a bit of damage as the spire is only halfway done.
Yeah, and 3 spine crawlers going down right now for Absolute Zero, so he definitely doesn't want to take any damage to a ground army. The problem is, there is no ground army. It's not really a huge deal. A third going up now for Balthazar, as well as a Twilight Council on the way. He's going to be trying to get some tech out. I really wish he would just keep producing Phoenixes. You know, it's not usually what you do when you see Phoenixes, is just keep producing, or see mutas, excuse me, just keep producing Phoenixes, but if you've already made a few, they can definitely deal with mutas well enough.
Yeah, and right now we do have 5 Spore Crawlers going down. This might be a little bit of an overreaction from Absolute Zero right now.
6 going down right now, so not even just 5. There's so many. Now Phoenixes are in production again. I kind of think, you know, maybe you should even get air upgrades. You don't generally get those very quickly in the matchup, but when you see a Spire this quickly, it's definitely worth getting. 5 units are on the way now for AbsoluteZero, as well as Carapace and ranged weapons. So he's going to be transitioning into Roaches, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like that. Muta Roach is actually pretty strong versus Protoss. The Mulisks deal so much probe damage, and then the Roaches can help distract the Stalkers and the main force away from the Mulisks. And now it looks like AbsoluteZero going to be doing a Zerglin run by over to the third. That's going to be just doing so much damage and delaying this.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need to have some warpins and bring his army down to the third. Actually, seeing those Zelts warping in, AbsoluteZero just pulls back, so not a lot of damage done. Hydra's dead now on the way after those 5 mutas. Are they still alive? No, 2 of them died already, so there's only 3 mutas out on the map right now. This is going very well for Balthazar.
Yeah, there are 5 Phoenix in the main right now, and going to be heading back out here. 1 Phoenix is pretty badly damaged, third going down for AbsoluteZero, and AbsoluteZero, he's doing what he needs to. He's getting grooved spines and a Hydralisk Den, but he needs to make sure that he actually gets the Hydralisks.
Ooh, we see a Templar Archive going down right now for Balthazar. I love this choice. You know, a lot of people go right into Clockside, but you know what I like even better versus Hydras? Storm. It does so much damage, and really you don't even need to get a lot of sentries to do it, so you can go there a little bit quicker if you want to. Blink also on the way, so with that Templar Twilight tech, it's also just right there, right available to you. I love this choice. Still more Phoenixes in production as well, and an Infestation Pit going down now for AbsoluteZero. But I mean, he's been on 2 base for so long, even just looking at the supply 115 to 76, and part of that is because he's just behind in economy, 74 probes to 43 drones. I want Balthazar to stop making workers now.
I don't know if you're going to get that wish, though, Brandon.
Yeah, I don't think I am either. He just seems to really like to have a lot of economy, which is good, but you don't want to go too much higher than the Zerg. Roach is now in production, 13 on the way. That's a lot.
Yep, and right now we do have Balthazar with quite a few Phoenix going to be picking off a lot of Overlords there of AbsoluteZero. Gonna have to pull back. Blink is about finished up for Balthazar here, so we might be seeing a bit of a push.
Yeah, and the last Mutalisk just died, so honestly, that's 700 minerals and gas that he got nothing out of. Definitely not what he wanted from that tech. The Zergling's not running into the main, though. This is going to be a nice little run by. If you can stay away from the cannon, well, might get the Stalker at least. There you go.
And the Stalker going to be dying. The Phoenix are arrived, going to be picking up a few Zerglings. Going to be picking up a Stalker. That's not fun.
Yeah, they thought he was in danger. Keeper of the Light style, picking him up, as opposed to bringing him back to the fountain. I gotta say, man, when you're playing Dota 2, and you just want to chill someone, you got Keeper of the Light, so fun. So fun. So Storm's now on the way for Balthazar. Let's check the pro count here, 87!
Seems legit for
Seems
3 bases.
Legit, yeah. He's actually oversaturated on every base. Well, he should be with 80 probes. That is just too many, man.
No, well, he's only oversaturated at his natural. And I guess he's just not looking at his natural at the moment because his third and main are completely fine. And now, since this is Wings of Liberty patch 2, we have the wonderful worker count on top of the Nexi and gas.
Was I reading that right? Is there really 47 drones on this probes on those mineral patches?
Yes, it is.
That is, that's a lot. So 94 probes are done now for Balthazar. He's even making more.
Yep, and Roach is getting picked up. There are a few Hydralisks out, but only 4. They looked like they got the speed upgrade from HOTS, but then I remembered I'm not in HOTS.
Yeah. You are not in HOTS. This is a lot of Phoenixes, actually. Quite a bit there. Good little count at 10. Now to 100 drones, so half of Balthazar's supplies and drones. Actually more, because there's 3 more in production. Probes. I just not used to saying 100 probes. He's going up to 100 and stop it! No! Bad, Balthazar. Bad! You stop making probes now!
You stop saying drones instead of probes now, Brent.
Look how small this army is! He's got 184 supply, these burrow roaches are coming up, man! Oh god, this is gonna be brutal!
Oh my god, they're just burrowed waiting. They're moving under the stalkers.
Why did he
The
wait?
Templar are in front. If he just had an observer, all the Templar, they're falling behind now.
Oh god.
But they're going faster than the roaches.
Yeah, a little bit.
And
One roach there
burrow.
unburrows, gets vision. Oh god. This game is crazy, man. 199 supply, so maxed out Protoss. The problem is he's got 109 probes. 174 supply for the Zerg, but it doesn't matter because he has a reasonable worker count. We're gonna have to see some great micro here from the Protoss.
A nice feedback on the Queen, gonna stop any transfuses that were possible. Now the Hatch are gonna get targeted down. These Phoenix are here. The Roaches are moving forward. The Templars have energy for Storm, and the Roaches, when are they gonna unburrow?
Oh, huge storm stamina on the Hydras doing so much damage. Now he's gonna need to storm the Roaches that come up behind, but there's no energy left. Now we're working them into Archons, but I don't know if there's enough here. These Phoenixes need to be picking up Roaches and killing them off. So important that he gets some of that done, and now they all do. But he didn't leave enough to kill off these units. The thing is that with this many Phoenixes, he can just keep killing these Roaches. And Hydras.
Yeah. And now Balthazar is down by 30 supply.
Yeah, and he's
But-
doing more workers too.
He's technically down by 80 workers.
Yeah.
Or not 80 workers, 80 supply.
Yeah, because he's got that many workers. This is, it might not be Roaches, but there's just no ground army here from Balthazar. Yeah, I mean, don't make this many workers.
That is the moral of the story,
Yeah.
fellow children.
Wow. He's got the exact opposite problem of most people.
Yeah, most people do not like having a ton of
Yeah.
roads.
The Roach is now unburrowing, fighting this army. It's just not enough for Balthazar, even with these Phoenixes that have so much energy, picking off the Roaches, but man, they're killing the Stalkers right now. They're killing those that are warping in. They're going to walk into the National, probably kill off that Nexus at their leisure. Nice burrow micro, I guess. Just moving them forward. I wish you would have blinked onto the high ground.
Yeah.
Would have been cool.
Yeah, because it would have just been a lot more safer. These Roaches are just in the air, but there aren't any Phoenix available to shoot, and now the Stalkers that did get warped in are probably going to end up dying. Now
He's
Phoenix-
making a probe.
He's making a probe.
And he went below 109, so he had to make a few more. Now back up to 108. No, 109 and making 110th probe.
I shall keep making probes. That is what Balthazar is saying right
I
now.
guess so. How much? Yeah, he's got 60 workers there.
So, yeah, this seems pretty...
Okay.
I don't know, these Roaches just gonna kill everything. Let's just sit and watch now. It's our job.
These Phoenixes trying to pick off the Roaches, but there's just not enough. Bunch of cells being warped in. Now that he's gonna lose all these probes, God, he's gonna lose all these probes, go down to a reasonable worker supply. Never
Yeah.
mind. So, well, 79 is reasonable.
A Void Ray is on the works, but not really gonna be enough. You need to charge the Void Rays, and they can't really charge on Roaches very easily.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder. In the middle of the map here, Sal's fighting some Roaches. This is actually a battle Balthazar could potentially win. Now with this Archon, he'll win it for sure, but that is one small victory. That,
Very, very small
yeah.
victory as he's losing his entire main base.
Yeah. Nice zoom in there on the fight, though. That was pretty intense, man. That Archon just killed everything.
And another base getting taken for Balthazar.
Yeah, supply
about
is 84 to 156. 57 workers for Balthazar still. He's got 57 probes. The 60 drones of his opponent, so Zerg finally has more. And actually, there's an attack here at the Zerg's third. That Archon is just killing some workers, man. They actually one-shot workers with enough upgrades.
Yeah. And the workers gonna get burrowed. There's actually a probe with this.
Yeah, he finally decides that an observer is a good piece of the army now that the Roaches are not burrow moving under his army.
And now a lot more workers gonna die. No, he doesn't even care about the workers, just gonna kill all the cannons and pylons.
Yeah, I guess so. Those are more important. Killing all these pawns, like you said, then gonna limit the production of his opponent. More Roaches in production now for Absolute Zero.
Balthazar going to take another expansion in the top middle base. And Absolute Zero just pushing through these gateways with his roaches.
Yeah, this game is still going, man. What's happening?
I have no idea.
It seems like it should be over. So these roaches are going to come in and try to kill off this base. Oh, Balthazar, and I can't see much that's going to stop them. There's one cannon here that's pretty much dead. It's got its shields plus like 10 health. These Phoenixes are still trying to pick off these roaches, but it's just not enough, man. I wish Absolute Zero had make some Corruptors to kill these Phoenixes. That would have been a nice move.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's GG
Yeah.
for Balthazar here, and Absolute Zero gonna be moving on to the finals.
Yeah, there it
But
is.
GG.
Alright guys, so if you want to watch that game, check into the other stream. I think we're done here, but not entirely sure, so stay tuned. We'll come back and let you